one of the operators that they banned fairly often. Whereas this time it's going to be Habana, which, on bank, a hard breach ban is not too surprising. It definitely limits how that downstairs bomb site's going to play out, and, it forces a lot of their teams to use a Maverick instead to open up hatches.
And interestingly enough, the second ban will be on Ging being gone. And on the defense side, I mean, Maestro going, that's a bit of, well, that's not an oddity, about to say. Maestro being banned is actually, he's quite a formidable foe to deal with, in my opinion, for the attackers. But on the defense side, I reckon another ban might be either Mirror or Echo.
Yeah, well, Echo's been an operator we've seen banned out quite a lot, but it is going to be Mirror instead. And, this is something Dev and I were talking about last night. I was like, it really feels like Mirror is an operator we don't see banned too much on bank.
Yeah. Mirror be still quite a substantial, a much needed operator for a fair few teams all around ANZ region. But with that in mind, though, first round, Hiller's Office and Archives, GIU on defense. How do we feel this is going to go? Because lineups seem to be quite nicely packed with a lot of utility.
Yeah, well, we saw a 7-2 win yesterday for ORGL3SS on this map, right?
Hmm?
And when they started on defense that time, and how we always talk about sometimes that maps are more defender side, like bank is one of those ones where if your defense can really dictate the pace, they can really start putting some rounds up on the board, and it can be really difficult on attack to win rounds on bank if you're not playing it properly.
Yeah. With that in mind, it does appear that GIU might be playing quite a heavily vertical game, with them defending once again the CEO office as well as the janitor's closet, and we've seen a fair few teams actually pull this off instead of going for an all-out on-site anchoring.
Yeah, what I suppose I find surprising is that GIU have decided to go for tellers off the bat. Like, that's normally like a second or third choice bomb site. We've seen a lot of teams, yes, favouring top floor, but, they normally started off downstairs instead. And Dino going for a bit of a cheeky peeky. I mean, he's going to be spotted out by the drone, but he's really not giving this one up until he finally decides to.
Yeah, and the moment any kind of heat does come around, he decides to bail. That is a safe choice for him right now. He doesn't want to get himself off that early through the round. A good start, but Dino might actually be having a couple of setups play from below to see and some plays and some pushes into the janitor's closet, because right now the executive, the conference room is really very reinforced, so any pre-fire through the wall might actually be quite fatal.
Reloading, cover me.
Yeah, he's going to scan out some of those feet. Oh, I think you might be cutting out in and out a bit for me. Sorry, Cthulhu.
I know. Yeah, meanwhile, Dino and Rolfie will be picking up a kill each for themselves. Joey and Ethan going down, but still Dino and Rolfie dipping on health. Rippy picking up another kill onto Imorin, and Recruit wiping off Derpe, and now all up to Silex. The big brains of ORGL3SS, the Thermite player. They all for himself. Still a minute and a half to go. Whereas still all five-man roster on GIU, and they are watching very patiently.
So what just happened?
I am very confused what exactly happened. It seemed that just GIU decided to go for an all-out peeking at the ORGL3SS and managed to just win those 1v1 firefights. Whereas I think ORGL3SS were completely unprepared for that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about, dictating the pace and being aggressive on defense, and, it's netted them, what, a 5v1 within, like, a minute? It's pretty nuts, isn't it? Now they know exactly where he is. Dino wants to peek. Oh, he's going to send a few shots. Nothing landing, however. But there we go. Dino is going to win that duel, and we're going to see GIU take the tellers defense emphatically.
It definitely seemed like they managed to throw off ORGL3SS very nicely, and make them think initially that there will be a CCTV and lockers defense, but now on the second round we'll be seeing that very defense that I believe ORGL3SS would have probably expected. Same lineup for the operators on the attack, but this time Dino busting out the clash, potentially that 6th pick maybe.
Yeah, you remember we saw GIU on this map with Crude was the clash player,
Oh, yeah.
especially in lockers. He kind of threw his life away, didn't he? So maybe they're going to be avoiding that clash, especially seeing as, yes, it is going to be 6th picked over to the Capcan.
Interestingly enough, Dino will be this time bringing out the Capcan, and overall we've seen Capcan's popularity rise a fair bit. We've seen, I believe, during the summer series, a fair few Capcans to be picked. We've seen during the Pro League play days, Capcan busting out, and in general, like, just his utility, like I believe Dev mentioned it before, it's much more efficient the less times you play him.
Yeah, the less you bring him out, the more effective he is. No one's, like, you know, the more they expect it, the more they're going to check. So, you know, if you hardly ever bring it, you're going to catch people something off guard.
Yeah, and his gadget is quite nice on the damage as well. 60 damage to, I believe, the 3-speed operators.
Yeah.
A hefty damage.
Yeah, 2 of them would be lethal to most operators, of course. But this time, ORGL3SS going to be more prepared for the push.
Yeah, ORGL3SS definitely now having all of the proper knowledge and having the lineup that they initially intended to go for the downstairs, might actually have the utility that they need to break this whole defense open. But Rolfie's playing a very peculiar angle from below. Oh, there's a C4 that could get the dunk onto Derpy. Nicely done. That is a sledge off the board. Nice and early kill for GIU.
Yeah, GIU really looking ready to play here on Bank. They're looking like a whole different team to what we saw in that first week, aren't they, Cthulhu?
Yeah.
Kruger's also going to find Ethan, like...
Off a very peculiar position, though, you have to point it out that I don't think Ethan would have expected it at some point, but now that ORGL3SS lost 3 players, well, no, pardon, 2 players, with 3 players left to go, their offense seems to have stalled a little bit, I think.
Their defense seems to have what, sir?
I mean, the offense seemed to have stalled a little bit.
Oh, stalled. Yes, you're right. It definitely has. They've, you know, now they're not sure exactly how they want to take. It looks like they're going to be trying to push into Garage, which Crude has been holding down with the Echo, with the ACOG. And he's going to be at the advantage in this fight because he's going to see their legs before they can even start shooting him. But, oh, Emo Ren is going to win it. He's going to find the danger man for GIU and Dino, send him to his grave. So that's 1 back finally for ORGL3SS. That's for for ORGL3SS.
Yeah, but this time Diesel will be assisting also with the peaks. The Crude still hasn't lost a single bit of health. With Joey is already quite tagged up. Alex just pushing up on the main stairway, and Imorin tagged up to half health. So it's definitely not the best case scenario, but at the moment the firefights are winning. I mean, being 1-4 for ORGL3SS as of late.
Yeah, well, there we go. Emo Ren's going to find a double, in fact, and he's going to flip the man advantage just like that. We're going to see Diesel trade 1 back onto Solix, however, making it 2-on-2 now. But this is a nothing round here for ORGL3SS, and they've managed to pull it into a winnable situation.
Yeah, but Emo Ren will be going down to the hands of Rolfie after he decides to just push in with these back off. Nice pre-fire through the wall will be settling up the fate for Joey. As GIU taking yet another round into their hands. Wow. That was
nasty.
Yeah, that man got done dirty. But
absolutely destroyed there, wasn't it? And, you know, that's another round. The ORGL3SS really don't look like they know what they're doing. Like, is this the #1 seed in ANZ?
ORGL3SS, well, they were #1 seed during the previous season, but at the moment,
yes, coming into this season, they were #1 seed. Like, it was a rhetorical question. Like, you know, this is the team that, you know, we expect to do a lot better, and so far they've been looking pretty. Well, they've been looking pretty silly, haven't they?
Yeah, they've definitely been looking quite lackluster. But this time we are seeing Crude busting out the clash once again, but this time on the executive office, which I'd say actually probably one of the better better points to hold for clash rather than downstairs or the tellers.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you there. She can peek quite a few angles. The thing is, on this top floor bomb site, is there are so many angles you can get shot in the back from. So I think that's, you know, the main thing to be aware of when defending up here.
Yeah, and well, so far GIU been managing to, that they have been fairly aware of the positioning of the attackers. And interestingly enough, all the castle barricades will be also going onto the windows in the reception. So, oh, Dino, you, wow, come on, man.
This man just wants to peek constantly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's hungry for them kills, and at this point he might actually get punished if be too careful. But most of the time he does manage to fall back. But interestingly enough, Ethan has been already shift Wing through the barrage to get some early distance advantage.
Yeah, but here's Ethan. He's made his way in downstairs, and he's doing the old Ash main thing of crouch walking in.
Drone activated.
And
hasn't been spotted just yet, I think.
Yeah, I think the next kind of puzzle piece for ORGL3SS right now is that they need to get Jackal going with the foot scans, because the moment that's going to be done, there's going to be extra info, and that's when ORGL3SS can start pressurizing, because right now they seeming a bit toothless. I might even dare to say.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Oh, just missing the head. In fact, he is going to find it.
Wow.
See you later, Dino. Shut down.
Done by Derp. Early peek as well onto a dock with the ACOG, so that is a good start. Jaeger will be starting to get tagged up. Means he will be forced to either fall off or continue holding his position, because he is just about to enter the world of pain.
Minute 30 on the clock, and this man advantage is firmly in ORGL3SS's hands, but you know, they need to start clearing out this top floor, and Silex is going to reveal his position to those alibis.
Alex getting spooked off a little bit by those holograms, just bails off from that balcony, but will be attempting to re-peek. But at the moment, all of the GIU members are currently playing a very safe game. Like, they are not contesting any of the angles. They just are waiting when the attacker is going to push in. And Crude actually got downed. I'm not sure where exactly from, but Derp picking up another kill onto Rolfie. That's Alibi off the table now. And he is continuously getting pinged by those holograms. Rippy getting a kill onto Emorin, and Ethan responding back onto Diesel. 4v2 just like that, and still 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's really a 4v1 because Crude's down, so it is all up to Rippy here, and he's going to be finished off. Joey finally credited with that kill onto Crude. And there we go. That's the ORGL3SS we were expecting.
Yeah, that's definitely seeming like a much more confident and much more prepared offense from ORGL3SS, like we came to get used to it. Nonetheless, there's still 1 point of advantage for Gentlemen in Underwear. And Teller's Office and Archives will be the next choice. But interestingly enough, while ORGL3SS's lineup is not changing at all, GIU's lineup is continuously shifting for each one of the sites that they hold, showing that they just have that flexibility. But it begs me to ask a question. Does the flexibility equal up to a better team, or when you have like solid main that you know like from like every angle how to play, is that approach better than the flexibility? What do you reckon, Monkey?
What I want to say is that it's definitely easier to change up your operator selection on defense, because you are dictating where you'll be defending, so you can change it a lot easier. Whereas the attackers know where you're going to be going for the defense, so picking an operator lineup that's going to work on every bomb site is a lot easier. And you know, I think we might see ORGL3SS be a lot more fluid themselves when they switch over to defense.
That's a good point. Bear in mind, Rippy, he's getting his Janitor's Closet defense up and running. Rolfie this time is going to go for a bit more of a stock standard spawn peek. than what Dino has been cooking up, but decides to fall back after even seeing one of the attackers, I believe.
I think he went behind the truck actually, so he didn't quite see him.
Okay.
New camera feed activated.
Yeah,
But
so
this is the first round that we saw, right? This bomb site, and
Yeah.
if you remember, it was a 5-on-2 within like 20 seconds. It was nuts. So Ethan, once again entering through garage, I wonder if he's going to last much longer this time.
well, for ORGL3SS players, you would hope that it would last a bit longer, but yeah, I do have to agree with you. Their initial showcase on this site offense definitely was not the brightest one, but this time they have a different decision. So far, both Joey and Emo are pushing up on at the same time, both of them droning. Ethan clearing out as many angles as possible, and overall, there's really not that much to it. As soon as ORGL3SS are going to enable their Ash to get some frags and just kick it off, then definitely going to be a good round for ORGL3SS. But at the moment they're going to lose the Ash, I feel that's where they lose their kind of big plays.
You can definitely see that this time ORGL3SS is giving them a lot more respect. And oh, Ethan, he's going to be peeked onto by the Valkyrie. They neither land any shots there. But yeah, ORGL3SS definitely slowed it down. Definitely saying, all right, GIU, we're not going to just try and play balls to the wall. We're going to try and play a lot smarter this time. And that's definitely what we're seeing here.
Oddly enough, Ethan decides to abandon the main staircase as it was very much prone to the crossfire. Dino might actually be spotted out by Silex. And so far, just ORGL3SS taking it fairly slow, just droning out every possible position, just waiting for the right moment to push in and get it up and running.
Yeah, it really seems like they've decided, you know, we don't need to take top floor, we're just going to push the bomb site. And they've got 50 seconds, and really they've done not much. Like, they've taken some default map control that's been given to them, and now they're going to have to try and push on in. And Derpay, oh, he's so close to Dino right now. Dino is going to have to get out of that position.
Oh.
How aware are they? He's going to find the first one, but no, the second one, Joey is going to trade him on back. Joey also fighting more in the lobby as Rolfie's going to find Derpay, but Crude getting way too aggressive is going to go down to Joey. It's just a 3-on-3 right now after that flurry of kills. But Rolfie, he's going to be found by Emo Rin, who's on the bomb site. Rippy's going to trade back. Sykes was gone for the plant, and then Diesel onto Emo Rin as well, leaving it all up to Joey with 15 seconds to go.
Oh, that is a nasty angle to finish it off as well by Diesel. And once again, ORGL3SS seeming to fail their attempt to push. The moment GIU just start to go for an all-out roaming for themselves, that's when ORGL3SS seeming to be just losing the rounds and losing the advantage for themselves. And I do want to point out that prone peek by Ethan should have scored the kill onto Dino. Like, there was no way that Dino, like, if both of them were aware of the positioning, there was no way for Dino to stay alive through that first firefight with Ash.
Yeah, Dino's just got some of the crispest aim and, you know, the quickest reactions I've ever seen. Like, and, you know, if he can back it up with, you know, a good IGL and a great team, he could be one of the best players I think we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, he certainly does stand for that nomination. But this time we'll be seeing the downstairs defense once again. Dino bringing out the cap can again, which could be countered slightly more, but I feel that the more you bring Capcan out, yes, you won't be dealing as much damage to the opposing team with the Capcan traps, but you'll be timing them off for a short while, forcing them to kind of keep on a lookout for the Capcan traps on each and every doorway, which in return does work pretty well overall.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate.
Yeah.
Although I'd still bring something similar to a Valk or even just any of the ops with the bulletproof cameras, because at this very moment, as it stands, GIU might be slightly lacking on the info gathering. What do you reckon?
You know, they do have this Echo, of course, that we're seeing right here. I suppose what's interesting to me, like, I feel like on an anchor bomb site, you don't really need as much info, especially if you're going to like try and be denying like just the default plant spot. But it looks like ORGL3SS have decided, well, we know you're going to try and deny the default plant spot, so we're going to try and, you know, just hold, take garage back from you and use that as the main part of our push. But Ethan, I don't think he wants to contest that after those failed attempts they've had. I think it's a smart idea.
Definitely would be a smarter idea, but at the same time, bringing in the Blackbeard, that just shows that they just had enough of it. They just want to get the firefights. They can't anymore. And I'd say that's a viable decision, but Rippy having a very unpredictable angle as well. Was back as soon as he hears the drone coming around. So right now, we're almost done also on cracking that hatch open. That is a good start for them. Pop flash coming out.
Was here the Blackbeard shield of Ethan break? Rolfie's going to take some damage, so it must have been a bit of a firefight between them through the hatch. It's like Dino's still trying to hold down the angle onto it. And look at this, like ORGL3SS, they're trying new things. They're trying different things. They're not even ready to start going for the stock stand and push just yet. And, there's only a minute left.
Only a minute left, but at the same time, we did see, I believe that was already when GIU were versing them. They were chronically on every offense round. They were like minute 20, ready to go and blast the wall open. So I'd still say there's plenty of time for the attackers to commence, but right now all the gas grenades are going to start being used, and that is definitely going to be a bit of a hindrance for the attacking side. Oh, there's the C4 from Dino as well in compilation with the smoke grenade, settling down pilots.
Yes, Dirtbait's taking over the planter role. He's going to put himself in that position. Surely we're going to see that final smoke babe sent out. Is there any more C4? Rolfie should have one as well, but after that, that's it. We also have the Echo drone, but Emarian's going to be trying to put on some pressure from the main stairs. And oh, Ethan, that's a late rotate to try and get to garage. He's going to rush right on in there. 15 seconds, 10 seconds, the plant is going down. Dino's going to push up, there's no cover. In fact, there is, and the fuser's going to go down somehow. Rippy's going to find Joey and all that, and it's all ended up as a 2-on-2. I have no idea. Once again, Cthulhu, what the heck happened?
It's a miracle after miracle that we're seeing from both ORGL3SS and GIU. One round, it's defense wiping off. And then this time it's offense just managing to get in. It seems that Ethan might not actually be able to make it to the defuse. He won't be able to make it. Defenders managing to stick it. GIU taking yet another round. And I have so many questions and so little answers right now, Monkey. Why did Ethan decide to go for a full-on rotate through garage and from above? Like, why? How?
Maybe that was the call from his team. Like, yeah, but I agree with you. It does seem a bit silly, and the fact that who was it? The second last player, Diesel, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, Diesel, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant on ORGL3SS.
That was Derp.
Derp, yeah.
Yeah.
The planter. I don't know. He shouldn't have been peeking so aggressively. Like, he shouldn't have died to Diesel on the smoke like that. But nonetheless, it's been a few pretty good rounds here from GIU. They've put themselves 4-1 up, potentially making it 5-1.
Yeah, if they would be able to make it 5-1, that is definitely going to be a confidence strike onto ORGL3SS. And looking at the score right now, currently Silex is still sitting on a donut, whereas Joey's doing a fair chunk of work with 5 kills. And whereas for GIU, there's a fairly even spread all in all. I'm very much liking that as well from GIU, because before they were showing quite lackluster performance, but this time just being able to shine against ORGL3SS, especially on defense, definitely feels like just a brand spanking new lineup. Maybe they got their inspiration going, maybe it's one of those very good days for them. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, well, this is, of course, as I said, a map that can be dictated by the defenders, and that's what we've been seeing a lot so far. It's like Dino trying to spawn peek is going to go down to Ethan. Sorry, not a spawn peek. Ethan on top of the garage is going to win that fight.
And that is, once again, Dog off the board. And the last time we saw that happen, ORGL3SS managed to get the round the moment Dino was down and out. Because this right now will force GIU to go into a potential full fragging mode. Joey will be getting the free spot onto Jaeger without Jaeger even noticing it, so that is a good start for the attack as well. And Diesel is also tagged up quite substantially by that firefight between him and Derp.
You know, this is the bomb site that ORGL3SS won rather handily if we look back through the round history.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're off to a great start already. Diesel low and Dino dead. Dino is the one that's been fragging out like crazy for this GIU roster.
Oh yeah, Dino has been definitely the, I'd say the MVP for the whole GIU roster, being able to just score one of the nastiest flicks. But, also begs me to a question, with GIU playing so well on defense with their coach, I'm curious how will their core play out as Joey gets the kill onto Cruda. Oh, those two quick trades between Rippy and Imorin will be settling the deal. Now 2v4, and he's on the side. Diesel going on the roam, and that is definitely not the best case scenario right now for GIU.
Yeah, got to play this one at a 4-on-2 deficit. Diesel completely lit, and Rolfie, oh, he's gone for a flank, and I don't think they're even aware of this yet. ORGL3SS, oh, but he's going to whiff his shots.
Oh,
no, he's takes Solix down by about 25 HP. Not really worth it in that regards, and now his position is known. So Diesel's the only one upstairs. Oh, Rolfie is going to find Ethan for free. They knew he was downstairs, they just didn't know where, and you know, it's the easiest kill of Rolfie's life.
And Diesel managing to pick off Silex as well. Now this gone into 2v2 situation just like that. The tags are continuing to go out as there's still 35 seconds to go, and Diesel might actually get a couple of rotations off guard as well, as Rolfie sending out his last impact grenade and will be using now his gas grenade. Diesel finds a kill onto Derp, and now 1v1 situation. Imorin getting the kill onto Diesel now, all up to the Jackal player of ORGL3SS against the fully health Smoke. Man did go down though, and oh, Rolfie with a nice peek onto Imorin, shutting him down and scoring 5-1 in favor of GIU for the first half, and this is definitely not the turnout that we expected from ORGL3SS, and a very good and very pleasant surprise. Gentlemen in underwear.
Yeah, they've definitely made that defense half theirs, and ORGL3SS, they won 7-2 on this map yesterday versus Mindfreak, and now they're struggling. They have to fight back at a deficit. If they lose one round here, the best they can do is draw.
Yeah, and it's definitely not what they want right now at all, because they need as many points as possible earlier in through the Pro League, and those are the ones I feel like the earlier ones are the ones that count. Because later on, yeah, you might get a couple of lower rank kind of matchups, but so far this whole season has been very unpredictable. Like before, when ORGL3SS was versing Avant, me and Dev were just chanting away like, yeah, ORGL3SS gonna get it, and then we just get served by that very nice surprise of Avant getting Villa off ORGL3SS, which now, during this bank performance, definitely makes me think how will Villa turn out for ORGL3SS after the bank.
Yeah, it's definitely questions that have to ponder in the mind, of course, but like this is a team, ORGL3SS here, that coming into this season like have just come off the back of heading off to an international event which they qualified for. And it really seems like they've just been struggling in Pro League, like nowhere else. Like it's really interesting. It's not over yet. Like they still have the potential to win it, of course. But yeah, it's just very surprising to see a team of this caliber, of this pedigree, struggle so much.
Interestingly enough, Imorin setting up some couple of very interesting cams. Shout out to Ampli.
Ampli.
But we're seeing this time the Ash player in face of Dino rushing up through the front door, whereas before we'd seen Ethan, I believe, push up from the garage and got shut down several times. Enough, Rolfie and Rippy are the two people going to be on the utility disable duty.
Here we go, 40 seconds into the round, and we're going to see clearing out. Dino took some damage. Did he run into a cap can? He must have.
Been. Look at this two-man setup on those staircases. This is this could work out either very well or or quite badly.
He just falls off of it last second before he goes for the wide peak. In fact, Crude might be the one to peek it. No. Oh, Crude's going to get past, and now Dino wants to face. He's going to swing on this angle. Is he going to find it? Oh, he's going to see the arm.
Oh,
He shoots through the arm.
oh my lord.
Oh, that was very close. Diesel, meanwhile, has also run into his own cap can trap. He's down to 50 HP as well, and there's those cap traps just chipping away at the HP slowly.
Definitely could be a force to be reckoned with if you're not expecting them or just decide to rush through them. The Crude is just finishing up his masterpiece on the hatch, and Dino, I do believe, took a little bit more damage now, but still not a single frag, so half a round already gone. And ORGL3SS are playing very defensively. They're not expanding onto any other floors, and they're just playing fairly just safe. They don't want to risk it. They don't want to have any wild cards just going off yet. And definitely something that works out quite well. Ethan ready to rip the C4 and go with it.
The thing is, right, Capella, there's 4 C4s on the side of ORGL3SS. This is what we saw the other day. See you later, Diesel. He's going to be shut down by Ethan, so now Joey's going to take up position, or Derpe, or Emo Red, or with C4s in the hands, and Dino, Rippy, sorry. He's going to find Ethan.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Unfortunately, sorry, but a wiggle was spectating Dino. Dino is going to drop into Red Vault and get downed. Emo Rin's going to finally trade him on back. Rippy's going to attempt the plant now. Joey with a C4 hasn't tossed it just yet. He's just waiting for the opportune moment with 20 seconds on the clock. He's just going to have to try and bait them here. They don't really have much of a choice at this point. 15 seconds, another rip on the C4. There's going to go out. Rolfie still alive somehow. Crude's going to drop.
There's a double kill as well.
Derpe with the double, and Joey to finish it off. There we go. ORGL3SS finally put their second round up on the board.
Those C4, I absolutely loved how ORGL3SS just had them, like, had operator after operator line up. Like, yep, number 1. Go. Yep, we got a contact. Number 2. Yep, there's a double kill. Sweet. Let's wrap this up. And just like that, yeah, that was a very well performed by ORGL3SS. But it's funny to me how the playstyle on defense differs between GIU and ORGL3SS, with the gentleman in underwear playing a fairly flexible, fairly aggressive roaming on defense, whereas ORGL3SS just decided to go all on out and just anchor.
Yeah, they did. No real roam attempt at all there from ORGL3SS, and you know that's probably the way we see that downstairs bomb site played the most. It is a bomb site you can just chill on, not have to worry about the roamers and working in tandem. And then when they finally get to it, you can just lob 4 C4s at them. But what are they going to do? If you time it properly, that's 4 kills.
Yeah. If not even any more. And Imorin and Joey already sitting on 7 kills themselves, whereas Rolfie and Diesel are the 2 big fraggers currently for GIU, all things considered. And interestingly enough, Dino has been shut down a fair few times without him being just given any chance to frag.
10 seconds left.
Well, onto the top floor bomb site this time for ORGL3SS. Do you reckon we're going to see a comeback here, Cthulhu, or is this going to be shut down pretty quickly by GIU?
I'd say that we might actually see a comeback. So far, the first defense of ORGL3SS was quite convincing, and what I am not liking is the fact that Echo is still reinforcing with action phase still going, but yep, already go on a couple of peeks into the parking lot. Might actually be a kill for himself. Now that Dino revealed his position, especially Derp has the peeking advantage as well from above.
Yeah, Dino doesn't look like he wants to commit to that fight too much. Especially one where there's no real opportunity for him to be traded back. In fact, we're going to have Rippy go below, with the RED scanner. See what he can see. In fact, is that someone on camera? Is he just spotted?
Oh, he does! Well, but can he find that shot? Because I don't think that is actually fireable through. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He will be getting rid of one of the holograms, but will be getting himself tagged the due process. Joey will be now annoying Diesel a fair few times. But the thermite charge will be going through, and Diesel is now in a full paranoid mode because he now needs to watch out on both peek from the wall and peek from behind Clash, which is lethal. But Ethan has a much better idea to go for flank.
A bomb has been located.
Rippy is still down here, of course. How aware he is of his position. The impact trick not working at all. Or is Ethan going to see him?
This is so close.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Ethan,
Oh, and Ethan is going to find Diesel from below. Now Rippy's going to be aware of his position. In fact, he's not even going to worry about it.
yeah, Dino meanwhile trains off Derpe, so that is the dock overwatch from the lobby gone. But now he will be met with the hologram, and Ethan on yet another flank. The absolute madman, wearing a second kill for himself, putting it 3v4 now. And Flash is still alive, and not planning to be overly aggressive and just continue causing some ruckus and be working its charm right now.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like ORGL3SS are in a position, GIU in a position to take this at all, as Ethan just narrowly missing the shots. But it really feels like ORGL3SS have complete control of this top floor, and GIU have really done nothing in terms of ferreting them out. But it looks like they are going to have to go for this last second push. Rolfie going to sprint right into the bomb site. Oh, he's seen the arm. Can he land the shot? No, Emo Rin is going to. Putting us into a 4-on-2 now. That's going to be crude to trade him on back. However, as he's running right on into the bomb site, he finds the echo as well. Tries to go for the plant, but no, that's going to be a defensive win as the time has ran out. And we're going to see ORGL3SS continue their fight back.
But that was way closer this time. Like, Crude being allowed to just repel in and go get, I believe that was 2 kills, was a bit of a sloppy one. But it did feel that at the end, the last round was pretty much dependent on how Ethan performed. At least to me, because him being able to score, what, a triple kill throughout the whole round was definitely a good deal breaker. Ethan this time will be 6-picking off Ella to Valkyrie. The Teller's offers. I reckon this could be a continuation of the ORGL3SS train. How do you feel, Monkey?
Defenders, protect your
Yeah,
bombs.
well, it seems like the last 2 defenses, as you said, were both pretty dominant. The last one got a bit dicey towards the end, but it really felt like ORGL3SS were in control the whole way. I want to see this round before I start to say ORGL3SS are definitely going to win it or whatever. Like, let's see how this bomb site goes before we start making outrageous predictions.
Yeah, because this probably will be one of the bigger rounds, because GIU are just one round away from getting themselves that, at the very least, a draw, and at the very most, a potential win and 3 points, which is definitely a much needed point assistance for them right now, as they currently, I believe,
Attackers are moving out to locate
yeah,
a
they
bomb
just
and defuse it.
shy of 1 point away from evening out with Avant and potentially claiming their 5th spot.
Well, I suppose another thing to note as well is that ORGL3SS have really been struggling with pretty much any defense that they play. Like, it seems like attackers are only strength of Solix. Still setting up is almost going to go down to a very aggressive push here. Rippy, Rolfie, all in Skylight Stairwell, all pushing the bomb site. Crude is going to find Ethan over by the staff room, but Derpe is going to trade back Dino. This is a very swift and aggressive play here from GIU.
Yeah, and oh, Joey picking up another kill onto Rolfie. Nice shot as well with the SMG-11. And yeah, I mean, trading out the 2 best fraggers of both teams is definitely an interesting start, to say at the very least. But Rippy might be actually looking for a couple more kills. Diesel is making his way over now towards the 2nd floor, and Crude is looking for a couple more shots maybe, because right now GIU do need that man, at least either man advantage or at the very least just even it out.
Yeah, there we go. Rippy's going to be forced back there by the smoke grenade. You know, I'm not a fan of how GIU have played this so far. They've just tried to go balls to the wall, go all in, but Solix, he's going to find Crude there. And yeah, Diesel and Rippy now have to try and win this round in a 4-on-2. They've got plenty of time, of course, but it really feels like GIU, if they're taking this a bit more slower and, you know, actually planned and stuck to a strategy, they'd be doing a lot better. But so far, it looks like they're in danger of losing this round at, you know, pretty much their own fault.
Definitely feels like that, and still just waiting for potential even rotate, because there is one player currently playing on the top floor, if not two, and that could completely stall out the whole any potential for offense. But it seems that Diesel might be actually going full on in with Rippy soon enough assisting him. The push. Diesel is still unknown, well, not knowing about any of the angles, but trying to check all of them. And right now GIU are seeming to be lost. Imorin trying to get into a firefight from above, but just only able to tag up a couple of players. Oh, there's the first kill onto for Imorin. Rippy gone, and Joey will be sealing the deal onto Rippy, and now only 1 point difference between the two teams as ORGL is continuing the comeback train potentially. And now that I've seen it, I think we might actually have the comeback.
Yeah, it really is looking like this ORGL's issue of can't attack has translated over to them being in a position to, you know, it looks like they might have a flawless defense half here. Like, all bomb sites they've defended have been pretty well flawless from them.
Yeah, and right now going on to lockers, right before, I believe on the first defense round of ORGL, we did see fairly well held. And this time Derp actually is going to bring in the Clash, pull a Crude, and I'm curious how will this work out for ORGL, because
attackers need to locate.
Well, last time we saw them here, right, with the 4 C4s, right, and so that's Derp trading out his C4 for the Clash instead. So they still have Ethan, Emo, and Joey with their C4s in their back pocket.
Yeah, so they still have plenty of explosive utility to go for themselves, but at the same time, I'm still somewhat questioning the choice of Clash, because essentially when it comes to just firefights, Clash is a bit lackluster at the very least.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's just the SMG pistol in her pocket. The fact that she has to put her shield away, yeah, she really doesn't feel like she's got much firepower at all.
And they're bringing in the pistol instead of the SP SMG9. To some people, like I've heard mixed opinions, because some people like to run the pistol just for that extra damage per bullet, and some people like to run the SMG for just the burst damage, which both of them quite good overall.
Yeah, of course, it just comes down to personal preference, but I really feel like if you're playing Clash, you should be playing with the mindset that you're not going to be shooting anyway. Like, it's an operator that, you know, you shouldn't really be shooting full stop with, so I suppose it doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, and did I see that right, Monkey? We just saw a double claymore on that JK, so in case that the attacker would see one, they won't expect another?
Yeah, potentially. It really feels like the defenders are just going to hang out on site rather than push up and be aggressive anywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is probably the right play to make, in my opinion.
Well, they did do a similar play before on the first defense round, where they didn't go for any of the roaming, and they just held the site.
Yeah, here we go. They're being a bit swifter here this time. GIU opening up into the default plum spot a little earlier on. Joey's gathering all that information in Gold Vault thanks to his heartbeat scanner, of course.
Enough, Derp is actually applying some extra pressure on the main staircase, just forcing Dino just to fall back just a little bit, just stall the attack a little bit further. Diesel will be going for the full-on plan. It doesn't seem that they're going to be sticking, and the C4 won't be securing anything. What was that? ORGL losing the first kill, first player, Dino, and the Crude picking up another kill onto Emer, and I'm shocked that they didn't end up hearing the plan go down.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that they had that Joey on the heartbeat scanner. Rolfie is gonna find Derpe as he tries to switch over from the shield, and Dino to find Silex. A flawless round there from GIU. That's impressive as they put themselves in that position we spoke about of draw at the least.
It definitely looks like we might be seeing potentially a draw, if not the win on GIU, as right now ORGL3SS, the only thing that they can be remotely guaranteed is just only 1 point, which in my opinion was I'm just amused. Like how did ORGL3SS not just go in for the throw? Maybe the sheer fact that Gentlemen in Underwear have been baiting so much with the plant forced them to just think that was still another bait.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's the thing, right? Like they say, all right, well, we'll just go for the plant and we'll stick it. Whereas the defenders don't really want to start wasting their utility too early. You know, they might rip a C4 threatening, expecting them to jump off, but no, it seems like they just decided to stick it, go balls to the wall, and it worked out for them.
Yeah, they did take that chance, and chance worked very well. Overall, kills-wise, ORGL3SS seeming to be showing quite some good performance, but Gentlemen in Underwear are much more consistent throughout the whole roster, being able to score a fairly equal amount of kills, and fortunately for Silex, he only managed to score only one frag for himself while being on that semi-support role. I'm kind of curious whether that last round, whether it crushed the whole hope for ORGL3SS to get at least 1 point, or whether they'll be able to recover from that, because I'd be quite tilted if I was an ORGL3SS player right now.
Yeah, it can be rather frustrating, can't it? But, you know, at the end of the day, they can only blame themselves for not putting the rounds up on the board.
True. Never mind, though, this time Silex is actually stretching a bit out onto the garage, so won't be just a flat-out sit down on each side and defend, but Emorin might be contesting a very nasty angle against Dino, and I don't think the Ash player is expecting that just yet.
Oh, it's definitely an aggressive angle, but no, they're going to fall off it before they two can come to an engagement.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Crude and Rippy will be already pushing up onto the open area to start popping open a couple of hatches. It's interesting to me how Crude is being mostly used for just that breaching torch, just to have that extra breaching utility, since Hibana is now off the table. Whereas Diesel is the main person to do all the big breaching. Interestingly enough, I believe that I just saw shots come through that hatch, but this is a bit all iffy about it.
He's worried about a C4 coming up and landing on that hatch. When there's a few holes in the hatch and the C4 lands on it and then explodes, you can dive through the hatch. So I think that's what he's mostly worried about there.
Yeah, well, Ethan pushing up and managing to score a nice kill onto Dino. That is the Ash player down, and now Crude needs to worry about the place from below. Ethan blows open the hatch in hopes of pinching in the Maverick player, but instead we'll be rotating over to the east skylight, trying to avoid the drone, but I believe he might be spotted by Rolfie. Tries to shut it down, but right now he did do the thing that wanted, which is delay time and delay the utility.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
The C4 is all being prepped. Emorin is ready to let it go. But the C4 will be coming out. There's the kill onto Diesel. This time it does connect. Yeah, they're my player, and 3v5 just like that.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there as Ethan's going to find another one, putting us into a 5-on-2. What are we thinking, Cthulhu? This one round has slipped by ORGL3SS, but they are going to be able to clutch it out. Oh, we're going to see the C4 just miss Rippy that time.
15 seconds left.
For 15 seconds, they're going to have to commit. Ethan's going to find Rippy's. Rolfie's have to going to go in. He's not going to last long here for sure.
Yeah. Ethan with the big frags so far popping off. That's pretty much the main deal breaker right now for ORGL3SS. When ORGL3SS were part of the Athletico roster, I kept on pointing out that the moment Ethan or Emo or both of them have like a good day of fragging, that's when ORGL3SS are winning. And that's exactly what happening. The moment the moment Ethan was allowed to go for the big frags and the big roams, that's where he's scoring the kills. The moment he's being shut down and being kept around the objective, he's... well, he can only do so much.
Yeah, well, here we go. The final round. No matter what happens, either GIU are going to walk away with all 3 points, or these two teams are going to have to walk away with a slice of the pie each.
I'd say... Go on.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
I'd say right now both the teams will want, well, both the teams will want at least some points to go with, and ORGL3SS definitely need that extra point to keep themselves rolling, because for Gentlemen in Underwear, the moment they are gonna hit that, if they get the win on Bank, they are getting the 5th spot over Avant and take the lead. But if they draw it out, they'll be just evening out with Avant, but still be staying on the 6th spot, I believe, which is definitely not what they want right now. They need that extra lead at the start, and so far their performance has been quite shaky on offense.
Yeah, well, here we go. Final round. Derpe thinking about a bit of a late spawn beacon. See you later, Rippy. You're going to have to sit on the sidelines here, mate. That was... oh, nice start there. A bit late, but he made it work there, didn't he?
Yeah, and that ACOG with the MP5 did come in nicely as well at that point, which... That is definitely, yeah, a good start for all for ORGL3SS to out the Zofia player as well.
So Crude, Rolfie, Diesel and Dino. They're going to have to fight back at a deficit. Of course, it's not an impossible position. We saw them win a 2-on-4 earlier on. Yeah,
we definitely did see Gentlemen in Underwear push it to a 2v2 from a, what was it, 2v5. But it's definitely on this round, on match point, you definitely wouldn't want that. And Ethan picking up another kill onto Diesel, 5v3 right now. And that is the hard breacher, well, the main hard breacher off the board. Definitely not what GIU want right now.
Yeah, so Rolfie and Crude at the top of the Skylight stairwell trying to force back this Clash, but Clash is just having too much joy here. Does the slight amount of damage and slows him down completely. I'm going to see through the floor potentially here. Oh, Crude! What a flick! He's going to find the head of Ethan and send him to his grave as Dino is trying to make his way up the spiral stairs. In fact, no, he's not going up the spiral stairs. He's just going to run right and past. Derpe wanted to get aggressive from it, but he's changed his mind. But Derpe is now holding the angle into the position where Crude's about to make his way up.
And Derpe now having a very nice long angle as well. Looking onto the main stairs. Oh, but Dino does spot him as well, so now Crude needs to be extra careful. Flashbang from Rolfie will be coming in. Dino will be going for a quick rotate to see if he can catch the dog off guard. I'm pretty sure Derpe did hear the rotation of the Ash player, so Imorin picking up a kill onto Rolfie, so that is now the Blackbeard player off the board, 2v4, and it is definitely not looking well at all for GIU.
Yeah, Dino and Crude with 35 seconds have to fight back. Not feeling too hopeful for them at this point, but they're still in with a chance. They could still go full-on beast mode or sicko mode. So here we go, 25 seconds are going to hit. Dino's going to take some damage as he is still getting harassed by the Yokai drone. He's going to see the bulletproof camera take it on out as he's going to start heading towards the bomb site. Oh, there's a castle barricade to slow him down. Looks like we're going to see that Clash push up Dino, almost landing a bit of a team kill there. As we are going to see Imorin finish off Crude, all up to Dino and Derpe to finish it off. As we're going to end with an even Steven 6-6.
Yeah, 6-6, and just like that, a very... It was a bit of a shaky match. Like, ORGL3SS, yeah, managed to show a good defense overall.